Uh,
fucking
yeah, Jay, you've paid homage to some of the greatest superstars, Ric Flair, Randy Savage. What is it going to mean to you? At some point, someone will pay homage to you, likely not until you're retired, but what is that going to mean to you when that eventually does happen?
Oh, my goodness. Let's put it like this. During the entire time I was doing the whole Ric Flair impersonation, sometimes, well, no, not sometimes, literally every time Ric Flair would show up, he'd show up with someone else. He'd always show up with someone different, whether it be one of his family members or a friend. No matter who he showed up with, he would always pull me aside, and not even quietly, he'd yell from the top of his lungs across the building looking for me, just so I could do the impression for whoever he brought to the show with him. And after a while, in the beginning I thought it was funny. I thought he thought it was funny. But after a while, I could see that he didn't think it was funny. He was so honored, and he was so thrilled that someone took the time to look at every little detail that he does, the way he holds his mouth when he talks, the way he holds his hands, the way he throws up the Four Horsemen sign. And I talked about that before, where, when he puts his four fingers up, the fingers aren't fully extended. They're you put them up there nonchalantly, not with a little minimal effort. So it's not like four fingers your fingers are perfectly straight. No, they're kind of bent. Like every little detail I studied, and the fact that someone was willing to go above and beyond to study him that much, he was just so thrilled. And I would be equally, if not more thrilled, if someone took the time, not even as much time as I took, not even to study a tape. If they took 2 seconds just to listen to how I said one thing, just so they could imitate me for, 5 minutes, it would mean the world to me. Even if it was done in a negative way, even if they were just trying to run me into the ground, just the fact that they had to study something that I did or pay extra close attention to something that I said, it would mean the world to me. And I was actually able to get my own action figure while working with TNA Wrestling, and that's the same thing. I think those two things are in the same category for me. Someone paying extra close attention to imitate you or do something in a way that you do it, and being immortalized forever with an action figure. It's so hard to explain. I'm so honored, and I keep saying it, but I don't think I've fully grasped everything that's happened to me so far.
Well, listen, we were just talking about your imitation, your impressions. But you did something we called Black Machismo. It was one of the coolest things I've ever seen. You were the Black Macho Man for a very long time. It was awesome. We loved it. It's one of the ways that many of the people who have come to love you over the years were introduced to you. Where did the idea for this come from? And what were your interactions with Macho Man like, as far as like saying, hey, I'm going to be the black version of you?
The inspiration actually came from the fact that I was able to do the Savage impression, and I as long as I can remember, I've always been able to do it, and mostly because I looked up to him so much growing up. I watched everything dealing with Savage at a very young age. So as long as I can remember, I've always been able to do that Savage voice now. And it wasn't actually until Kevin Nash heard me do it that made him want me to do it on television. That's what really started the ball rolling. But before Kevin Nash heard it, I would do it in the locker rooms all the time, or if it got quiet before an interview was being shot or a pre-tape, or is what we call them, I'd throw the impression in there. Sometimes in the middle of me about to film something, before they get the camera set up, I'd be doing it, So I've always been able to do it, but it wasn't until Kevin Nash heard it where it became an opportunity to do it on television. And he pushed so hard for me to do it on TV. And initially I didn't want to do it because I didn't want to paint Savage in any type of negative light, because I knew that every time I did the impression, it was funny. People laughed because it was funny, and I didn't want it to make it seem like I was making fun of Savage. But Nash got me to realize that it's not me making fun of him. It's actually me paying tribute to him because I've put so much dedication and time into learning how to do the voice from a very young age and such like that. So initially I didn't want to do it, but Nash, he was so adamant, and he just got me to realize that this would be the ultimate way to pay respect to Savage if I really did love him and if I really was a big fan of him. And he was absolutely right. So it was all Kevin Nash's idea.
Okay, Mike Chiar, you go first. BG, finish us up.
Jay,
Jesus.
one of the big stories that's kind of busted across company lines in wrestling right now is obviously the CM Punk situation in WWE. Nobody really knows, what's going on with that. As somebody who's worked with him before in Ring of Honor, could you see him maybe making a return, whether it's, just a temporary thing or a full-time thing? And would you like to see him make a return to Ring of Honor if possible?
Okay, so we'll answer the second question first. Would I like to see CM Punk return to Ring of Honor? The answer would be, of course. And mainly, and I'm friends with him, but the main reason would be from a business standpoint. Like I said, the fact that AJ Styles is returning brings a couple new eyes that maybe weren't paying attention to Ring of Honor, but are now maybe going to be paying attention because AJ is in town. So maybe if they see something they would like, they'll keep watching Ring of Honor, even, let's say, if AJ weren't on the show. So much like that situation, it would carry over into the fact that I would love for CM Punk to come back to Ring of Honor, because then there'd be a few more eyes watching Ring of Honor that perhaps weren't watching Ring of Honor before. And then they'll see a couple matches. They'll see that Ring of Honor actually has one of the greatest wrestling products out there, and they'd continue to watch much after CM Punk's matches has happened. And we'll put on top of that the fact that I'm friends with him, so of course I'd love to see a friend come back to work at a company that I work at. And your first question was, and I'm actually forgetting it because I was talking.
It's whether you think that he could possibly return to Ring of Honor.
I do think that there's a big chance, because before CM Punk left Ring of Honor to go to the WWE, I was there for one of his last matches. I seen, not only for his last match, I was there for a lot of CM Punk's career in Ring of Honor. And in CM Punk's blood, the DNA strands, every DNA strand has Ring of Honor written all over it. The way he reacted, and he just loved Ring of Honor so much that I really do believe that there is a chance that CM Punk could return. Now, I mean, I haven't talked to him in a very long time. I don't know what his situation is, so I don't know 100%. But I believe that, yeah, there could be a big chance that CM Punk could return.
BG, finish us up.
Yeah, Jay, I know you're obviously a huge fan of Ring Rust Radio and Donald Wood, who loves to
said no one ever.
Who has become a bit infamous in recent weeks because he graded the Seattle Seahawks, who won the Super Bowl, an F in the 2012 draft. And Donnie himself actually does quite a few impressions on our show. So I was hoping that you could grade Donnie's impression of one and only Dusty Rhodes. Donnie?
This is awful. First things first, you don't have to do this, sir. You don't have to do what he's asking you.
But what is he asking me?
I
think he asked me to listen to a Dusty Rhodes impression, no?
Yeah, okay. So he wants you to listen to my Dusty Rhodes impression and then grade me, give me an F pretty much is what he wants you to do. And call me fat, probably.
Oh, I'm going to grade it. Okay, let's hear it.
Okay. Cody Rhodes and Goldust, they come into the ring. They're the tag team champions of the world. And the McMahons, they come to the ring. They try to hold my family down. They put my family on hard times. And the Dusty boys, the Rhodes boys, they're really good at what they do, but they will not be held down. That's it. That's all I got. It's really nuts. There you go. That's all I got.
Okay. Oh, okay. I'm actually going to critique this a little bit.
Okay, go ahead.
So my overall grade, I think I would give you a C,
Oh.
not an F. There's a couple things that Dusty does, and I'm not an expert on impressions or imitating people. I caught lightning in a bottle twice only because those two that I imitated were my idols, so I studied them so much. But I do pay quite a bit of attention to detail. And Dusty Rhodes, every other sentence, you have to stress a word. For instance, if he said, I'm going to the store and I'm going to buy soap, the first sentence would be, I'm going to the store, and that one said kind of fast. But the second one is said a little slower, and the word soap, because it's the last word, he'll hold it out a little longer. So it'd be, yeah, I'm going to go to the store and get a little soap. See, the soap, that last word is much longer than it should be, and that last syllable or that last letter is stressed, so you can hear the soap.
It's like when he said Huckleberry on Raw. He said Huckleberry. He said he's I'm not going to be your Huckleberry.
Exactly. So every other sentence with Dusty has to be slowed down, and the last word, the last letter or syllable has to be, you just got to stress it a lot with it being really slow, if you will.
If you will. Listen, look, people accuse Ring Roast Radio of being useless fodder, but we're teaching people things. Now there's going to be millions of Dusty Rhodes impressions across the United, sweeping the nation. Everybody's like, if you will. Amazing. Listen, Jay, please tell everybody where they can find you on the internet, where they can find you everywhere so that people can reach out, buy your merch, all that kind of stuff.
Of course, because we all live now in the age of social media, social networking. Everybody has a Twitter or a MySpace or a Facebook, as does every wrestler pretty much out there today. So, for instance, my Twitter name is @TheLethalJ, and that's everything is spelled out. It's not just a letter, so it'd be @TheLethalJay. And sticking with the Lethal J theme, my actual website is www.thelethalj.com. And once again, the J is spelled out Jay instead of just the letter J. And I got a cool merch section up. I just learned a little bit ago how to run everything. So that website is actually run by yours truly. And it was actually a cool experience getting to learn that. So, like I said, this is the age of social media and social networking, so everybody's got everything. I still have a MySpace, I believe. I just can't remember the login for it.
I don't think anybody else has a MySpace. I don't think anybody else has MySpace, so I don't think you should fret too much about that. Listen.
You're right.
We thank you for coming on the show, taking the time to talk to us. We'd love to have you back again, if you will. See, it all comes full circle. That's what we do.
Beautiful. Will any of you guys be in Philly this weekend?
Yeah, I'll be there. I'll be second row. I'll be the fat kid in a black T-shirt with long hair. I'll be.
Wait, everyone.
Wait, everyone there. I'm
Perfect.
sorry.
Perfect. For the 12th anniversary show for Ring of Honor, it's shaping up to be one hell of a show, especially with, I'm a little excited to say, me versus AJ Styles.
Yeah, the card is absolutely stacked. I'm very excited for this show. I will, like I said, I will be the fat kid cheering like an idiot, just like the rest of the thousands of people in attendance. So listen, Jay, thank you for your time. We really appreciate you coming on the show, man.
No problem. Thanks for having me.